Hey everyone, how you guys doing? I'm back with the next episode of the Real Jae Burnham Show, and today we're doing 3 website reviews based on the information that I did in the last couple of videos about websites. So let's get into it. I'm Jae Burnham, if you did not know that, and this is the Real Jae Burnham Show. Gotta take a breath there, otherwise I'm gonna get lightheaded. Oh my goodness. Coming to you from my bright sunshiny studios, and my studios is just my desk. I don't have one of those fancy microphones or a fancy camera. I just have me and what's on my computer. So there you go. All right, guys, and let's get into it. Now, I've got permission from these 3 people to do a review of their websites, and we're going to go over what was good and what was bad. And there's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad. There's nothing in between. It's either good or it's bad. But we're going to go over it, and we're going to go and see how we can get this improved. And then a couple things that people have been asking me about is how do they do SEO, search engine optimization, for their website? They just don't understand why they're not showing up on the first page of Google. Well, you're in luck because I'm going to go over SEO a little bit in these reviews so that you guys can get an idea. But I'm going to actually start doing some SEO videos for you guys so that you guys can get an idea of how to SEO your stuff. All right, so you can get your website and your communication up on the first page of Google. Can't promise it's going to be at the very top, but I can promise you we can get you to the first page of Google if you follow what I tell you to do. If you don't do what I tell you to do, I can't get you there. All right, hang on one second while you're like, yeah, I'll have to call back later. There we go. That's just somebody, not important. It's just a friend of mine. He's important, he's a friend, but it's not important that I answer it. So anyway, this is the Real Jae Burnham Show, and we're keeping it real. So I get phone calls left, right, and center. All right, guys, let's get into it. So let me minimize myself, and we're going to go over to this website. And I like this website. I like the colors. I like the brightness of it. It pops and it attracts the eyes. But let's go into what's bad first. Okay, I want to go over what's bad, and then we'll go in what's good. So what's bad is you got this space right here. Horrible, horrible, horrible. You got a small logo, and then you got this completely huge space. Huge. And there's nothing there. You know, I don't like that. What you should have is your phone number right there. You should have it in, I would put it in big, bright red letters because the bright red would actually stand out very well against the yellow. Plus, it's a different color than the green and the black that you got going on here because you got obviously green, black, and yellow are the colors that you're going for, which is great. So if you have red, you'll get it'll stand out more and actually pop out. So if I were you, I would put my phone number right in this little area here and just have it really pop. And then I would also say, for free quote, call now. Don't just say call, right? Call today, call now. You want give them a clear, immediate call to action. Call now, call today, call immediately for free moving quote, right? And just have that right across there, right there. Okay, so that's horrible. Second, let's scroll down. You bring the truck, we bring the movers. Okay, that's something you could probably have up in here. That's not too bad. And then you have this request a quote form, which is great. But here you've got all this space here. You have all this space. What I would do is by the way, I do like this request. We're just doing what's wrong, but we'll get to it. What I would do is I would take this request form and put it over here and consider your web page like in 3 spots, like one column, no, one column, one column. So 3 columns or 2 columns, right? So what I would do, let's say it's 2 columns in this just to keep it, because you got it fairly wide. This is how wide your website is. So what I would do is I would move this over here so that it's up against this side border, and I would move it up to just below this green line here. You really want, and then above that, instead of this requested quote, I would put that in red. Just make it really bright if you want, because you say you want them to like, that's their call to action. So you really want to make that separate than the normal colors of your website. So I would put that in red and I would put that over here. And then in this section, I would have content, some pictures, some videos, some testimonials, some social proof, right? As we scroll down, it says book your move, da 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 da, and then you've got all this. What are the four elements of a good moving website, right? We went over that the other day. What are the elements, right? And you don't have any of them except for this one right here, request a quote. So what you got to do is get either lessen this space, bring this up here, so that's up here, and make these things smaller, and then put your or put a big phone number here, move this over here, make that red, and then get some content, right? We got to fill that the four elements, right? So if we go over here to YouTube, to my YouTube channel, we got that video, right? About the four elements. Let's see if it fits up against the four elements. There we go. Okay, we go down here. We don't need to play it. Blah blah blah. Right? Okay, so what's the four elements? A phone number, estimate form, testimonials, and social proof. Well, let's go back to yours. There's no phone number. None. There is an estimate form, and that's great, right? There's no testimonials, and there's no social proof on your website. People are going to come in, and you probably get this filled out because that's the only thing, but they're not really going to like you because there's no information. There's no content whatsoever. There's nothing saying that you're a legitimate business. It's just saying fill out a quote. However, now let's go over what I like. I like the colors because, like I said, when it first started, it pops out at me, right? Boom, bright yellow. I like the green highlights. That's great, and the black goes well with that. And you got the elephant, which is different from the other logo that when you and I talked, he had that other elephant, which was not good at all. I like this one a lot better. Because you got the elephant that's being a mover. You can actually see he's moving. It communicates he's moving. So I liked it. I liked it. It's got the green and the yellow, and it matches your website. So I really like that. I like how you got this around here. Horton, here's a move. That was clever. So it definitely communicates, hey, we're a moving company. But it really doesn't. You don't have any social proof. You have no testimonials. And you don't have a phone number. You do have a request phone, but you don't have three of the four vital elements in your website. Now, if you want to do SEO, you got to have content. Google's got to come over here and see your content. Now, if you go to the very bottom of my screen, the bottom left-hand corner, I go up here and it says About Us, and it's got hortonsmoving.com/aboutus.html. That's good. And it goes to services, good. Then contact, that's good. So you've got your things, but it doesn't. There's no moving in it except for the Horton's moving here. This is kind of good. I like that. Book us now. So if we click that, does it go over to? It does. Okay, good. It goes right to hire helper, which is awesome. And then they can, it's got all the stuff on it, and they can book you right there. That's fabulous. That's great. I don't know that I would have that up here though, because it kind of where do you want them to book? Do you want to book them here or do you want to book them there? Because if you want them just to go to your hire helper, then what you should do is you should redirect your Horton's Moving to your hire helper page, and that's your website right there. Which, let's go to that hire helper page. You can see that there's some content. Hi, Horton's Moving and More LLC is a local moving labor. It's got your times that you're working, your equipment that you include, and so on and so forth. It's got all this content here. So it's very, this is actually a little bit better than your website, just because there's more content and it's SEO'd it a lot better. So I don't know that I would have this here unless you want them to go there immediately. What I would do probably is I would set this up and then I would use like Constant Contact, MailChimp, Aweber, any kind of email capture system. So when they hit this, it would all their name and their email and their contact number would go into your mailing list, and then you can have an automatic email that goes out. You don't even have to really do it. It says, "Hello, Joe. Thank you for coming in and filling out a request. We'll be in touch with you very shortly about your request. In the meantime, here is a link to our site if you would like to go ahead and book us immediately." And then you can put your link to hire a helper right then and there. Do you see the difference? Because this is kind of it's a mixed message. Do you want to think, or do you want to send them off your site? I wouldn't send them off your site until you had to, basically. Follow us on Facebook, that's good. I would probably put that down here. But you need content, you're gonna need pictures, you're gonna need to make the website more than just your request form, okay, for SEO purposes. And we'll go more over your SEO purposes later on. But overall, I like the colors. I like the logo. You've got to get the 4 elements going on. You got the request form. But yeah, it's not really going to do any good. It's not going to get you any traction on the search engines, right? And if somebody comes in here, I'm like, what do you do? Bring the truck? You bring the truck, we'll bring the movers. I might get confused if I'm looking for a full service mover. This might not communicate to me exactly what you do and what you provide and what you don't. I know, because being a mover, I know that you're a labor only company, and that's awesome. But a customer might not know that, and that will confuse them. And once you confuse a customer, bye-bye, they're gone. All right, so I would probably clarify that. You know, we are the Pacific Northwest premier labor only moving providers in the entire region. So if you got a truck, we'll load it or unload it for you at a very affordable rate. Something like that. You want to put that kind of communication. You might want to cut down the wordage of it, but that's kind of what you want to communicate to them. That so they won't get confused. All right. So there's that one. Let's go to the next one. Now, I love this website, okay? But let's go over the bad before we go over the good. All right, so the bad is right here. It's right here in this section. This is called anything below this line right here, this is called above the fold. And you've got this picture, you've got this here, but then you got all this empty space right here. And then you got this little arrow here right next to the estimate form, which confuses me. I would bring the picture down a little bit and move the arrow so that's like right here. And then I would have like pictures or content, written content, or icons with written content below it showing, hey, what you do, what you provide. Because right now this is dead space. When somebody comes to this website, that's what they see is right here. From this line above, and they're not really, because they don't see this right away because it's right next to the estimate form, and so they're not going to see the arrow pointing down. But you might get some people scrolling, and when they scroll, then they see these icons. What I would do is move these up closer to this line, our services, and then your icons, and then who we are. You got some content, and then contact, and so on and so forth. Now, that's really the bad part of your website as far as the 4 vital things. You've got your estimate form, you've got your phone number, but you don't have testimonials or any social proof whatsoever. One of these sections should be testimonials, who we are, good, that's awesome, what to expect. But then you should have here are some testimonials with pictures of real customers or videos of customers. And then social proof. Do you belong to the Chamber of Commerce, the BBB? Do you belong to the real estate associations? Were you ever on the news? Did you have an article published in the news reports? But let's get some social proof there. Um, and I went over that in the last couple of videos. So you don't have anything. So, and then you got this very, very little, tiny, dinky content. It's better than the other website. You at least got some content, but it doesn't really get me going here. This should be moved up. This is too wide, and this should be moved up so it's above the fold. So it's right here above the fold. The great thing is I love the colors. I love your colors. Another bad thing is this call now here. I would make that big and bold, and this is pretty bold, but I would make this call now bigger and bolder, and I'd probably change it to some other color that's really going to get you a pop off of this. Well, a bolder font would probably work really well with that same color. I like the picture in the background. I love these colors. I love the logo. I love this estimate form. It just stands out, really talks about professionalism. But other than this thing up here, these things should be really up in here, above the fold. You need to get some social proof, and you need to get some testimonials. Okay, other than that, it's a really good website. If you did it yourself, well done. If you hired somebody, have them fix it. Okay. But other than that, it's a really good website. You should be proud of yourself. All right, just a very few things here. All right, let's go to the last one. Now this is a Pacific Northwest Moving. This is quite honestly hideous. It's horrible. I come to this website. One, this font is really, really tiny. It's hard to read with this picture. This picture does not communicate that you're a moving company. And I mean, you even have this welcome home. I mean, I get where you're going with it. I see the flavor, but it doesn't communicate you're a mover. And against this picture, the words just blend into the picture. It doesn't communicate that you're a moving business. You got this book a move, but that's hard to see. It's better than the black and the tiny letters. I would make this a bolder font. I mean, it really pop it out, maybe a red here because you got this green. I would change the photo though, and then I would probably make it so that you've got this color over the picture. See, this is a great picture, and you got to see how they put the blue over the picture. And I can show you how to do that in a later video if that's what you want to do. It's really a simple thing. It's not that hard. Simple program that's very cheap and or it's actually a free service that you can use to do that. But I would change out the picture. This book a move, it's hard to read with it because you got this light colored stuff here, so it's kind of hard. It would have been better if it were like in this area because I know it wouldn't have been centered, but it would have been better served right here. Again, there's no estimation form. The estimation form should be like right in here or over here, and then some content, some like written content with a good headline that attracts people to your website. You've got these icons, which is good, so it does bring the eye down. And then you got a little bit of content. I would be adding a lot more content, but this is good right here. I do like this section. The icons are good. Then you got the Pacific Northwest delivery, great. And then your phone number. There's no phone number up here. There's nothing, like you got all this empty space. There's nothing in here, phone. You're above the fold, there's nothing. No phone number, no estimation form. There's no social proof. You do got some testimonials. I would question those testimonials because they look like they're stock photos of models or just doing things. Because you're not going to get a regular person giving you a photo like this. Maybe. This definitely no. I mean, you can definitely tell these are like stock photos of models, so right now you're losing credibility because you got these stock photos. Not only that, see that little says men done when I scroll here? that means it's not SEO'd for your service. What it should say is North Pacific Northwest moving. This one says girl done. I would have it say residential movers, and this one I would have it say commercial moving, so on and so forth. I would actually get real photos of uh, of of these people, and so on and so forth. I mean, I see it's kind of an artistic side. It's better than nothing, quite honestly. But there's this right here is your best part of your website. But there's no phone number, there's no social proof, and your testimonials look suspect. So you're like missing almost every single one of the 4 vital estimates. It's a nice looking website if you were a home designer or a home decorator. This would be a great site. Does not communicate moving. What really communicates moving is smiling faces in front of a moving truck or a house like that says for sale on it. Preferably you mix all 3 of those images, you know, house, truck, and smiling family. You got yourself a winner, because that's statistically and has been proven to be a very work. That's why I put that on my postcard. I have the truck, I have the house, and I have a very smiling family that I can just stick up there. So that's what I would do. You know, again, I do like this. Everything else does not communicate moving, so it's not very good. Now, again, it's a nice website if you want to communicate your home designer or interior designer or something. That would be a great for that kind of thing. I mean, you knocked it out of the park for that kind of business. But as a mover, not good at all. All right. These are suspect. It's better than nothing, but I would personally, if it were me, I wouldn't believe these. I would think, okay, this is what came with the theme, and you just kept it up there, and you didn't really change it. And that, to me, that's a shame. Maybe the content here is real testimonials. I don't know, but the pictures just make it look suspect. But you do have testimonials. I just think it's suspect. All right, I'm just being honest. One other thing, but all in all, guys, you guys did good. You guys got to work on those 4 basic elements. Those elements are vital to a very successful. Trust me, I've done websites like this. I've done a website like this, and I've done a website like this. I have done almost everything you guys have done. I've made these mistakes. I mean, you guys got the basics, you guys got the bones, and you got it. You just got to tweak it a little bit more. But don't worry, that's my review of these guys. I think with a little work, you could get these websites to be really top notch and kick ass. They're not you've got the bare bones, you've got the basics. I think you guys you can really knock them out. And then once we start adding the SEO into them, guys, we're going to really kick it off. All right. So that's my moving website reviews for you. I hope you guys learned a little bit of something. You guys got to see something. All in all, I know that these guys are really trying. Don't give me that I'm trying to bash them or hate on them, because I've talked to almost all of these in one form or another, either by phone or email, and I think they're all great and lovely people. And they gave me permission to do it. So I just want to be brutally real with you guys, because this is the real Jae Burnham show. I do think you guys got the basics down. Now we just do a little bit of tweaking, and I think you guys have got winners. All right, because you guys like this I love the logo, I love the colors. Again, I like the logo, I like the colors. I don't like the colors, right? You don't have a logo, but you've got the basics of a very, very good website here. I mean, you really, really do. The website is great. Let's just tweak the theme a little bit. You know what? One of the things I'll do, I'm actually going to build. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build a moving company website from scratch, and you can see what I'm going to do and the tools I use and everything. And I think if we do that, we'll do a whole series of that. What do you guys think? If you like that idea, leave me a comment below in the section below and let me know if that's something you guys like to see, how I would build my website from scratch. It won't be my website, but it'll be a website, and see how I do it and what tools I use and where you guys can go. If you like that idea, put it down below and let me know. If I get 5 people saying, yeah, I want to see that, then I'll do it. If not, I'll just go over some SEO points and see what we can do. All right, guys, give me a thumbs up if you like the video. And you guys, the 3 that I did the reviews, don't hate me. I do love you. All right, share it with all your family, friends, and of course, please subscribe to the channel. Have a great day. Bye-bye.